Hi, my name is Kees, and today I'm going to talk about changing your energy levels to change your life. So, there's lots of talk the about changing your life in the self-help community, in self-development, and in spirituality as well. And there are lots of different things you can do that changes your life. So, changing your mind or your perspective is an extremely powerful thing to do. But if you want to change things in matter, if you want to change your body or change how you feel day to day, there are two things which are really important, and they are dominant, of course, in your experience. That's your mind and your body. And your mind, of course, we want to keep ourselves positive. We want to keep ourselves in a happy state, in a good vibe, in a good frequency, and we want to make sure that we stay there as much as possible. And next to that, we want to feed our body. We want to take care of our body in a very good way, in a very good manner. So our body is fueled, our body feels good, our body is energized. And lots of these things we might want to do, practices or routines in our lives related to our mind or body, or self-care or different things, or whether it's meditation or all these different things. I've noticed in my journey that what helps most to do these things which really help you, right? To sort of do the practices which help you, do the work which helps you, is to make sure that your energy levels are high. And there are different things that you can do to keep your energy levels high, but I think this is a very crucial thing. We talk about, like, if you have somebody that doesn't feel good in their lives, that is mostly not feeling good bodily, not feeling good mentally, or has a job which they don't like, or something like that. Like, where do you start? Right? That's a good question. I think, where do you start? Because oftentimes there's an idea, okay, start with the end in mind, start with writing down some of your goals, things like that. And that is all crucial to have a sort of idea where you're going, to have a certain vision for yourself. I think that's amazing. But to then get there, one of the first things you need, because you can go from an idea of what you want or a vision, which a lot of guys, or let's say self-development coaches or people talk about. The second step is usually to sort of create a plan how to get there, or create an idea of what you need to do daily to realize that. And that's great. But I want to make a step in between that, and that's say, what do we need? What we need here, right, with the plan, what do we need to be able to execute that plan? Because what I've noticed is that if like, for a long time, I didn't have much energy, and then you can have lots of plans or ideas of what you want to do, but you won't do them because you don't have the energy to do them. So you need to first figure out, how do I get more energy in my life? How do I get my energy levels up so I can do all those things that I want to do? I can realize all those goals I want to realize. I can create what I want to create, whether that's change in myself, in my beliefs, in my sort of spiritual aspirations, or whether that's in my business life, my marital life, my relationships. All of these, all these changes are usually energetic changes. They take energy. It takes a little bit of discipline to manifest, to realize this. And the first thing you need is your energy levels, because otherwise you don't have the energy to do them. So now, I'll give you a lot of tips or some tips on how to improve your energy levels, because basically if you improve your energy levels, then you change your life, because then you have the possibility to change your life. Otherwise, it's just ideas which are hard to realize. So I would say if I would talk to somebody and they're down and they are not doing what they want to do and there's a lot of obstacles they're seeing, then I would go for a dual approach. I would first go for a sort of what's your vision, what do you want to realize? Maybe also talk about what's the holding them back and work on that. But then next to that, I would work on their energy levels and say, okay, how can we create more energy for you so you have the energy to do the things that you want to do? Because otherwise we can have all these awesome plans, but you're tired on the couch, not doing them. So I think on a mental level, having that vision and reinforcing that vision, sort of having your goals as a screensaver, make sure that you have a lot of positive input, right? Don't read too much the news, or don't check any news sites. Don't watch too much negative movies. Just watch what you put into your mind to process. So really watch that, not too much news sites, not too much social media, things like that. But make sure that you have positive input, whether that's sort of motivational speeches, whether that's reviewing your goals, reading good books, things like that. And then next to that, maybe meditation or something to unwind. So you give positive feedback for the mind, and you give it some rest so it can recover and get more ideas and work in the right direction. That already gives a lot of energy, but we can't, because the body and mind is connected, we can't disconnect from that body part, because it's more important than we think. I'm a mental guy, you could say I'm a mental coach, and I work with lots of entrepreneurs, and I like to think, I like to figure things out, things like that. So, I'm a mental guy, but you can't outwork the body in a way as well. This whole experience you're having is a physical experience. So you need the body, you need to make sure that the body is energized. So for that, I would recommend, two things you can do. And one is eat lighter food. So lighter food, figure out what your system works best on. For me, plant-based foods work really well to give me energy. So that's what one recommendation. And for the lightness, you can also do fasting, intermittent fasting, which has also worked to give me more energy in the past. I'm currently on the plant-based diet. Been doing that for 5 weeks and was mostly plant-based before that as well, but now totally plant-based. Really loving that, really gives me a lot more energy. Going to the gym and make sure that it's just short and sweet sessions, that you sweat a little, that you do a little bit, or some exercise, some yoga at home, making sure you move a lot, making sure that you eat lots of fruits and vegetables because they give a lot of energy. It's not dead food, right? You want your food to be alive. What else in this category? Yeah, I think just making sure that you have a lot of sleep, you have quality sleep, and making sure you take care of yourself, just physically, mentally, and that you see what you need. But eating fast food and things like that, cutting down or cutting out even some of the, fats, or the bad fats, of course, not the good fats. The good fats are awesome. But the cutting, whether if you're smoking, if you're drinking a lot of coffee or caffeine, things like that, trying to cut out the shit, the sugar, the added added things to food, the late night, the too much late nights, things like that. Trying to really have a balanced life where you exercise, where you eat right, where you know don't drink much, things like that, to really focus on your goals and to make sure that you have the energy to do your goals. And also for me, I want to be an active father with my daughter and with my family, like that. So if I don't have the energy, then I easily can half-ass my work, half-ass these videos, half-ass my family, or not be present in the moments where I want to be present, or not do the things that I want to do, or not make the money I want to make, things like that. So for me, it's important to make sure I have the energy to do that and to have these practices in place so that I can do some of the things I want to do in my business life and in my family life. So it's a sort of self-care first, you could say, but then focus that self-care on things that give you energy. And maybe that's relaxing or taking a break. But for a lot of people, it's very good to sometimes take a break if they're really overworked or things like that. Or adding things like meditation, long showers or long baths, things like that. Or walks by yourself without any music. Don't try to overload the system by listening to podcasts if you're on the go or things like that. They can be good, but if you notice that your mind is too busy, then you want to tone it down. You want to make sure that you have time to relax and get new information. Sort of let the subconscious and your intuition also give you ideas and intuitions about things. So that's it. Take care of yourself. And if you want to change your life, change your energy levels first and do some of the practices which change your energy. Also adding breathing exercises or cold plunges, cold showers, things like that. Also great. So look at what works for you, but look at your energy levels first. That's really amazing and necessary, and I'm sure it will change your life. Bye, my friend.